Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Astro Colony. I'm AxionEvolved, and today I've got some big plans for this little planet that we've been on. But before I get started, do me a little favor. Scroll down just like one click of the mouse wheel and hit that subscribe button. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, and it'll just be a good time. Good times all around. So with that out of the way, let's hop right into this video. So last time we kind of got all this more advanced type stuff set up on the ship, the colony, whatever we're calling it, right? And it's working out pretty well. You know, we're building up a good little stockpile of everything. But I realized, like, this, I mean, it's cool, and I want to build out the ship more. And I mean, we're gonna need more resources to do that. But I feel like we're wasting all of this space right here, right? I mean, realistically, I'm not gonna mine all of this to nothing. So why not take advantage of all this free real estate? You know what I mean? So I think today, and you can see I kind of threw down an oxygen generator and all that kind of stuff. I think I want to look into how we can utilize this whole planetoid for more efficient, I guess, mining, processing, all that stuff, right? So what I'm thinking, I'm still going to have this set up over here, right? This is still going to be a thing, because this is just producing stuff for us. But there's so much here that I feel like we can do some of that processing here. Like, look at all this, right? All this aluminum. Why are we sending it all the way over there to get processed? You know, let's just process it here on site. It just seems like an easier thing to do, right? So I want to kind of look around at how to do that. And then also, if we look at this from a distance, we've got quite a bit of depth in the planetoid. So maybe we can, you know, start going in and building in a little bit and kind of making this like an extension of our ship, of our habitat. Maybe we can even have these guys move in. I don't know, you know, but there's enough resources here. And I think we got stuff like this. Like, we can use the auto asteroid catchers to kind of grab some of the other stuff we might need. Although there's, you know, if we scan here, we got aluminum, gold, copper, carbon, a little bit of iron. That's enough resources to kind of build everything we're going to need, right? So I think we got to start figuring out where I can put some of this stuff down. Priority 1 is probably establishing a base power, or like a central power generation hub. And we can do that with solar. You know, that's not an issue. Running the wiring, I mean, if we look here at all the other resources, we've got 3,100 wires with 4,300 copper plates. Tons, like, wiring is free, basically. And if we look at what it costs, literally one wire. So like one wire per tile. And that's not, even end to end, that's not that many tiles, right? So what I may do, and I'm contemplating taking maybe some of this stuff out, maybe compressing this a little bit more and fitting it down in there, and just kind of having the base itself run on kind of the output from this, and then everything we build over here, maybe I'll send all those outputs to go into our base warehouse, right? Because I think, like, if I'm, you know, if we look at my inventory, that's all I have in here, right? But if I go to make solar panels, and even if I'm way over here, you know, it sees everything in the base warehouse, even though the base warehouse is way over there. So if we just output everything back to that base warehouse, I don't see why it wouldn't, you know, like, why we couldn't access it all, right? So that leads me to think that I don't necessarily have to process every single thing here in the ship, especially given the fact that with the motors, with the engines, wherever I end up putting those, those just work. You know, they work whether or not we're attached to this. So in theory, I could even maybe attach, and maybe I'll check that actually. Maybe I'll actually try to, like, draw in a planetoid, because if that's the case, we can make just this super interconnected, just amalgamation of planets and ships and all that kind of stuff, right? And then we can really kind of build up the decor on the ship Because you can see it's really just a series of rectangles, right? I got a rectangle there, 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 and they're all the same size. I went through and kind of sized them all up. I need to add some more to there to make it fully the same. But you know, there's some interesting little designs I was thinking about doing with this that we can kind of focus on after we kind of get some of the advanced production going over there. Because one of the problems I'm having is how am I gonna fit all of the stuff that I need into such a little space and still have it look good, you know? So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'll just have the ship focus on the essentials, and I'll use all that extra space for the extra stuff, right? So first things first, let's kind of figure out where we can set up a power station. And one of the things I want to do is look at where's all the resources, right? So right here, I'm kind of looking at this guy right here, like this flat spot right here. You know, I can kind of fill it in, which is one of the nice things about this. I can fill in the area and give myself a nice flat spot. And I can even kind of square things off if I need to, you know. I can kind of, well, maybe not like that, but I can, you know, just kind of, well, I'm sure there's, yeah, there we go. I know there's ways to do it, right? Kind of come out. So I guess my question is, do I go carbon reactors, which give me 5, or solar panels, which give me 1? Now, solar panels are, I guess, cheaper. I don't know what else we use gold wire for. Computers. Oh, we're probably going to need those eventually. Gold plates. Produced by creates solar panels, and it looks like it's a component for computers. And actually, speaking of that, are we making... I thought we were making electronic parts. Where are all those? So electronic parts are coming out, right? And then those are going into this to make circuit board. And I literally just didn't. Oh my gosh. I just didn't have them outputting right. All right, well, that's cool. Got those going in now, so that's good. We got the motherboards. I wonder if I need any of these. Honestly. Maybe not. But see, this is the other stuff I'm talking about, right? Aluminum plates, titanium rods into metal frames, the carbon fiber. That's all stuff we should be able to do over in this space, right? So, I guess one thing I need to test. Let's make one of these. Just real quick, I'm going to slap it down, and it looks like I can, right? And I want it to get carbon ore. And so if I power, and this takes what, 4 power? So let me grab solar panels. Because this is kind of the test, right? If I can have this just grab carbon ore, and which it looks like it's doing. Now it will have some extra, and that's something we'll have to kind of take into account. But yeah, so what I can do then is I should use carbon reactors. So I'm going to kind of square this guy off and use it to put some carbon reactors on there, and then I'll get that set up to kind of help process that. All right, so here's kind of the prototype for the power plant. Well, I guess not the prototype, the phase 1. And this should give us, I think, 5, right? So 5 times 8, so that's 40 power. Maybe that's enough for now. Maybe that's not. I know down there, actually, what are these? I mean, I could just look. Oh, they make 10. Okay, that's even better. So this is 80 power. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, here's the wiring I just did behind, and I kind of just looped it under. The reason I didn't just run it around like this is because I want to give more space to kind of expand out this way if we need to. So what I want to do is kind of put on another, man, do I want to do that back here? Maybe I'll do it back here, right? And it's kind of tricky to add and remove dirt from this, right? So you kind of have to just get it right. You gotta have to click in the right spot, and it'll add where you want it to go, right? So if I kind of go like in the middle here, Okay, it doesn't work. Anyway, I'm going to do something maybe right over here. Maybe in this area. Yeah, let me just level this out, right? Kind of bring that up. Because I want to put those asteroid catchers. Oh man, that's huge. I didn't realize that's like 4 by 4. But I want to put them maybe kind of going out this way. So I'll make this come out more. And then what I'll do is I'll have, you know, I'll have 4 or 2, maybe even just 2. I don't know if I need more than 2. I'll put 2 down here. I'll have their lines come this way. And then what I'll do is I'll push any carbon that way. And then all the carbon that goes this way will obviously feed that. And then everything else I'll bring over and I'll have it come down maybe with a pipe or something. And I'll just have it go into like a storage thing for now. But eventually, all that kind of output, that extra output, will just kind of run somewhere probably over here. I'm thinking the center over here is like a nice little processing area. Like maybe this right here if I scan. I don't want to be on... Yeah, see, there's not very many deposits over here. So I feel like it's perfect to get this set up for processing. Whereas if we look over there, there's just like a ton of deposits in the ground itself. So we can kind of have all of this stuff work its way over here and get smelted up and do whatever we need to do, right? So let me increase this so that we're at least generating power. And then I'll show you how I'm going to run this using tubes and all that kind of stuff. And I'm actually a little ashamed I didn't think about this. I just threw a floor down. A floor will solve all of the problems that I have. And I think this even gives us enough. Oh, and I can even... Man, that's actually perfect. I can even just hop right onto the power. And then... Yeah, I only need 2. I'm going to have them both go for carbon. Right? Because that's what we want. And I'm even going to slap some carbon in this one. And then what we'll do is we'll have this guy, we'll just run a belt. So I'm going to have one belt come out of here, run this way, and then run right down here. So we'll stop a little short. Throw that on there. And then I'll need a pusher. And pusher will go just carbon ore. Right, and then we can just go like that. And then like that. And that should, in theory, work. I'll do that just because. Okay, so it's not... Once the carbon gets there, it should work out, right? So that's good. Now I'll need... You know what? Let me throw some storage down here for now. And we'll kind of come off here. And I think that's enough space, right? Because we're also going to need these guys. We're going to need to go into... we'll do that, and then I think I can swap these, right? Oh, wait. That's... Okay, yeah, that's belt to pipe. All right, we're good. But then I'll need another one of these... down here. Maybe I need to do it this way. And swap. Yeah, perfect, perfect. And then we just kind of come up. And then we just connect the pipes. And then that should be good. And then we'll just kind of do that. So, yep. So there we go. So now we've got a power grid. 80 power, consuming 8. And we've done it in a way where I can just kind of run this cable down and like start generating a network, right? So that's pretty good. I've actually manually filled this up. We have so much ice that like this is just kind of doing its job as a little oxygen generator. So it turns out this could not draw from that oxygen generator over there. It was too far. So that's why I have this whole setup back here with like the water and all that. And you saw we had some ice in here. Luckily we can start filtering all that stuff again. So that's nice. And another thing I can do now that I'm thinking about it, once I kind of get rid of this input, the input coming from over here, I can really beef this guy up and put, you know, probably 3, maybe 4 more rows of these. And then we'll just be swimming. I'll use some tier 2 belts. We'll be swimming in resources from over here so that everything can be dedicated to this, which is kind of nice. So let's kind of start planning. We have kind of like a couple things, I guess. We have the collection of the resources. So all the miners, I want all the miners to kind of output and coalesce into one general storage area. I feel like we're going to be extracting much faster, or slower, I'm sorry. Slower than we're going to be processing. Although I guess that's kind of up to me, right? I can very easily control the rate by using more or less drills. But we'll see. All right, so over here, God, I need to kind of clean this area up a little bit, get rid of all these plants and maybe level it out a little bit. So I think I'm going to do it on this level right here since there's kind of already enough space. So let me start leveling this out real quick and I'll bring you back once we're kind of in a more workable situation. All right, so if we look at our smelter here, right? So I've kind of flattened an area. I've left this channel here. Now, I can and I may still just put flooring down, just like I did over there for the power plant. But all that takes iron plates, and iron plate, I mean, we don't generate a huge amount of iron plates. So one of the things I want to do, and this could help us, right? The advanced smelter gets us to bars and glass, right? So if we look, we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these materials from this planet, right? So I kind of want to make 5 distinct smelting setups. And I want to have them all dedicated to a single resource, right? So I think I'm going to like just literally start right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And I'm going to have all of these dedicated to one resource. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all of this start outputting to, I guess, some storage areas. So we're going to need some of these, right? And I guess I'll go on the left input. That's going to be the plan. So left input, and then we'll need kind of a logistics area, I guess somewhere over here, right? So where all the stuff's going to come in and then get filtered off to where it needs to go, right? That's kind of the plan, I guess. So let me kind of get that set up. So I'll probably flatten this a little bit. And it's okay if it's up one level, right? So we'll kind of like knock that down. I'm okay with the slope because belts can slope. But I don't want them to... Well, I mean, I guess they can... I guess as long as it's kind of in a line, it doesn't really matter, right? Either that or I build this up. Yeah, maybe I'll do that instead. You know? Kind of something like... Maybe I'll just do that. You know? Make it easy on myself. And then for these, we'll have to build that up a little bit. And just kind of extend that. Yeah, just like that. So then it'll just slope down twice. I think that's beautiful. So let me get that all set up now. All right, so we have to consider the fact that we're going to be getting inputs from a couple different directions, right? What do I have over here? So we're going to be grabbing all of this stuff, right? So I guess what we should do is maybe we'll do... Ooh, these are expensive. Expensive belts. All right, so here, let's get all of these run like so. And then let's just say, well, let's do that. So let's say we're going to have a belt go this way. Right? So that'll be the first input. I think I'm going to need more than one input. kind of like input belt, just because, well, I think we're going to be drawing in so many resources, right? And it'll kind of get held up. In fact, maybe it's worth it just to make this one a tier 2. So just like that. And then I'll just go ahead and put the little logic on here. Right? So this is, well, I got to make sure I know what it is. All right? I know this is going to be that. And then what we'll do is I want to throw down a base warehouse. And I guess I'll throw that down. Maybe right, let's think, right there. And maybe I'll swap those. So we have a lot more output than input. Is that what I want? Yeah, maybe for now that's fine. Because I'm just going to do something like this, right? Again, we're just going to kind of come up and go in. And then we'll use tier 1s to actually output. Right? Just like that. And then, oh, I gotta hook these up too. But I think the general thought process is I need to hit, I need to output to here, right? So, and then I'll need to power all this stuff too. Ooh, let's think about power. I guess power will go vertical. Now the question becomes, do I want to try to like hide power, or do I just have it kind of go above everything? Going above everything could look kind of cool just because it makes it look, I mean, if you think like things looking a little busy can be kind of cool. I kind of don't mind it, but you know, it could be a little weird. But if we go under, then I'd have to dig a whole bunch. So maybe for now, I mean, I guess we can always, right? We can always change, but I'm just going to run it up. Well, it is what it is. What's done is done, ladies and gentlemen. We can't complain about it anymore. All right. So now I'm officially cutting these guys off. And what's kind of nice is that all these belts will come back into my inventory, you know? Now, another nice thing is we can just legitimately relocate all these, actually. That's actually huge. We can just have all these, yeah, and I'll obviously need to clean all this stuff up, but, well, let me grab this. Actually, I shouldn't need the solar panels, honestly. So maybe what I'll do is yet again, flatten this area. Wait. What's down here? Oh, there is stuff down there. I think that's okay. That's fine. So we got the miners. And we're going to want to output them onto the belt over there. Either that or we just have them kind of run this way. Actually, I don't know. Maybe this way? What doesn't it like? Oh, is it encroaching? Yeah, it was. That's fine. We'll just do something like this. Or something like this. Yeah, we'll just do this. I'm just doing this for right now so that we can use them for a few things. Oh, that's power. And then we're going to have to go above a little bit. Yeah, this isn't the most elegant looking wire solution I've ever had in my life. But, you know what? It's working for now. And we'll have this, we'll just have these guys do iron, copper, gold. So kind of like the basic stuff. I realize we're going to need to think about carbon and ice, right? So actually we'll say dirt, stone, ice. No, not that one. Carbon, ice, stone, dirt. That's all the stuff that can be dug up here. That other output we'll deal with after the fact, right? All right, so just like that, we're going to have some of the first stuff outputting. I'm choosing to do a Mark 1 belt because they're not fast, you know? Whereas when I set up like another mine, like another one of these, let me do one more because this is also going to need to output this way, right? Maybe like that. And then like that. But, so this is kind of like an example of how this is all going to work. All right, so it's going to come up. And then that'll just do its thing. But this should get carbon, or I'm sorry, quartz, aluminum, dirt, right? And all that stuff should kind of filter out where it needs to go. And this is making glass, yeah. Nice. And we're not even using half of our power, which is really nice. And what's also cool is I could, you know, once I grab all those solar panels from over there, I could set up like another little solar array kind of off to the side somewhere and just have it, or like right over here. You know, how's this look? So not a lot here, right? So I could set up like a little solar array, just get rid of this guy. Set up a little solar array, tie it into the power network, and then like infinite power. Well, not infinite power, but, and look, here's all the output that we're getting from those two that's not carbon. How are these guys looking? Oh yeah, so much carbon here. You can even have that one. That is so nice. And this is all stuff I could hypothetically just like plop onto the belts and they'll just be good, you know? So I think this is a good start. I think this is a good way to kind of start getting things organized, and you know, we're building up some overflow. Ideally, hopefully, we even have another opportunity to set up another kind of filter array and hit the second inputs for all these smelters, because they don't look like they're doing much, you know? So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to call that an episode here. A lot of good progress. There's a lot of cleanup I need to do and rerouting, so I'll do that in between episodes, but I'm encouraged as to where this is going to go. I'm pretty excited to get this all set up, and there's obviously going to be the decor aspect of it all, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it. And next episode, I want to kind of get some of this research done, and because, you know, we're slowly building it up, and I want to kind of work on sustainably doing a lot of this other stuff, right? So with that out of the way, thank you all so much, and we'll see you in the next one.